don't see the game. Y'all don't see the game. Are you kidding? You don't see the game? People are just gonna buy this like crazy. They're gonna summon way more than you. They're gonna hit that 40 like nothing. And people are complaining about 40. Not even thinking about the fact that if you lower it any lower than that, people are gonna have so many Moonlight 4 and 5. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous. They're gonna be memory imprinting the Moonlight characters with the actual Moonlight characters. When before you would actually imprint the Moonlight character with like the non-Moonlight version of it. It's gonna be nuts. And people aren't even considering that because they're so wrapped up with the fact that they don't have one. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and I have just listened to so much stuff. It is ridiculous. Oh my god, I've been taking notes like a madman. Shout outs to K Gaming. I'm gonna leave his link in the description. Definitely what a hero. He sat through this entire conference and translated the best he can, so everything that I'm going to be saying is going to be slightly based on his translations, because obviously he's doing the best that he can to translate while people are literally talking and they're not like giving him pauses or anything like that. So my issue here is what went down at this conference. Now, I took as many notes as I possibly could and tried my best to say like, hey man, what are these guys talking about? Because of course you guys know, you probably woke up randomly today and got this. GM Arky says, we are extremely sorry. And these are, 5-star tickets. I'm gonna summon them at the end, and a 5-star artifact, pretty much for free. Now, my main issue with this is that when you get this and you're not caught up with all the drama that's been happening on the Korean server, you are gonna start thinking that there is something severely wrong. Not only is it like sort of wrong, but it's like crazy wrong. Like there is something crazy going on, like something insane has been going on. Let me just go quickly to the summon rate. Pop up the summon rates, right? So to get an F5 currently in this game, it is 1.25% to get one. Artifacts 1.75. That's how hard it is. They just gave 2 of those for free and 2 of these for free. So something bad has happened. Is what you're gonna immediately assume, especially like I said, if you're not keeping up with all the craziness that's going on. So currently there's been a lot of issues about security on the Korean server, and I think they're projecting it as a whole. There's been a lot of issues. I've been trying to chime in on it, but I really didn't feel the right place and time about it, because I was like, it's kind of their issue. I don't want to chime in about it. But now seems like a good time because they held this conference. I'm not gonna show too many clips of it or anything like that, because I don't want to, get demonetized, because I hate that. It's so annoying that you can show something for literally a couple seconds and they'll be like, well, guess what? So not messing around with that, especially if Smallgate is getting bopped this bad. They probably need some more money. Anyway, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I heard during this conference and why it's a little bit crazy to where this is such bad press. This is crazy bad press that you would think that there was a big giant meteorite coming straight towards this game and that everyone should quit, everyone run for the hills. So first off, one of the things that was mentioned is going to be the server issue. I'm going to bring that up first and foremost to bring everyone up to speed. Apparently people weren't hacking. They've been hacking since the beginning of the game. We kind of know that. People always hack these games. They're always going to do it. They're always going to cheat. Doesn't matter what the game is. People do it in single player games. People do it in multiplayer games. It happens on everything. You can't stop it. All you can do is mitigate it. So this is going to take away half of the conference right there. Because there's so many people that were asking them like, oh, why haven't you prevented this hacking and stuff like that? It's like, well, how do you prevent something like that? You could try your best, you could put in some systems, but people will get around it. Now, there was one guy, I wrote it down here, and I loved the way he said that. I love the way that he was saying this. He told Smallgate, because there's a conference at Smallgate's like corporate, and he's talking to someone else, and he said, you know what, you guys said, that you have been banning accounts since October, but why are you now upgrading your security system? Now, I was like, oh! This guy's on fire. Like, that guy actually asked a good question though. If you've been banning accounts since October, why is it taking you now to start upgrading your security system? They're talking about money, because these people are customers. They're not even pretending to be free to play here. This is completely different. These are people clearly saying that they are customers. Let me put something in the back because I feel bad you guys are staring at a screen. But yeah, these people are customers. They want to be treated like a customer. So when you buy into something, you want to get something back. Right? That is normally how that works. Of course, most of the time, Smallgate is pretty much apologizing the whole entire time. They're just saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Pretty much what their response was to the hacking is that they're trying their best to mitigate it, but you know, when it happens, they talk about it internally. They talk about it internally. They want to not give the hackers, you know, the ability to know that they're sweating, pretty much. They don't want them to know, hey, you know, we know what you're doing and this is how we're countering it, because then the hackers, it's going to make it easier for them, because like I said, they're already making moves around the hacks. They already know, you know, what they're doing, and then if Smilegate was to drop down like, oh, well, you know, we're going to block tunnel A, and it's like, oh, you're going to block the tunnel A that we've been using? Okay, we'll just go to tunnel B. But if you let them all into tunnel A and you have a net, then you catch so many people and then they all get banned. That's smarter. It's actually the smarter way of doing it. I don't know if you guys ever work retail, but you don't catch a thief by when you think they're stealing, you actually stop them in the act of it. No, you let them steal. You kind of let them steal, let them walk out, let them commit the crime. And then at that point, then you call the cops and you bring in all the information because you watched them commit the crime. That's kind of like the same kind of theory. Not exactly, it's loosely based on that, obviously. What people want here is a kind of like a security guard. As you guys know, I'm a security guard. They want the security guard method when you have something present first to lower the chance of something happening by intimidation, by saying, you know, well, this is the security guard. When you see a security guard when you walk into a place, you're less likely to steal because you kind of get the hint that there's someone watching you. Now, that's what Smilegate was doing with all these updates. 1 million, billion, trillion, jajillion people banned. That is what they're doing. Like, hey, we're on the lookout. We know what you guys are doing and we're banning you guys. But I'm not telling them how. But there's people in this audience asking, how? How do you do it? We want to know. We want to know what the measurements are. No, they're not going to publicly announce that. You got to be out of your mind. No way that they're going to publicly announce that. That's crazy. But that's just the anger. That's like when people are angry at like a government or another corporation. They want answers because they feel like they've been lied to and left in the dark about things. But there are some times where that's kind of intentional. They're intentionally doing that. But with a conference like this, people want answers. They want it up front. So, of course, they're trying to deflect as many questions as possible. Now, the other thing that I'm upset about is that they're speaking about these hackings, but the hackers, to my knowledge, I have not seen anything different. If there is, please leave a comment. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to someone's story, but I didn't see any instance or knowledge or anything of people's accounts being stolen. From what I can tell, it's been hackers or cheaters of people pretty much boosting up their own units, or maybe even rigging the summons in their effects so they can just be like, I want all the Moonlight characters. I want all 50 billion of them. And they're doing that. But they seem to not be stealing accounts. Now that is the security issue that I think is more important, but I didn't hear that. And I watched 3 hours of it. I didn't hit the last 40. I apologize. I watched about 3 hours of it and I didn't hear them bring that up once. No one was saying, I want to make sure that my account is safe, because if I spend money on my account, I want to make sure that I'm not going to randomly lose my account to a hacker. That would have been my concern, but I didn't hear that once. I didn't hear it once, and I feel like, wait, what are you guys complaining about? Like, that people are pretty much full-on cheating? Like, they're just, like, doing crazy stuff on their own account, and it's like, well, I can't do that, so I'm mad. There were people that were complaining about, oh, this guy must be a hacker. He summoned 3 Moonlight characters. That was actually, like, the first question, I think. This guy summoned 3 Moonlight characters in a row. This is definitely hacking. Like, you guys don't even know what a hack is. Like, when it's obvious, like, yeah, when a character's doing 1 million damage. But, like, okay, so a guy summons 3 Moonlight characters in a row. That's a hack. So you're telling me if a guy has 3 Moonlight characters, it's a hack? Because that's the same damn thing. They're separate instances. No matter what voodoo BS magic people like to put up, like, I like to do that too. Like, oh, if I summon on reset, that I have a higher chance to get a character over someone else. Which isn't true. It's just BS. You gotta know it's BS. It's obviously BS. So just take it as BS. And I'm just losing my mind watching this stuff, man. And I'm really trying to, like, get to the essence of, like, why everyone is so upset with people cheating in a game, when yes, they do have to do something about it. Yes, they do have, like, but it's not as crazy. And I'm like, again, I'm not trying to belittle anyone's experience in the game, but it's not as crazy as people losing their accounts. Imagine spending $1,000 on an account, which I damn sure will never do, but I know some people do. Imagine people spending that much money and then your account gets stolen. That is the preemptive measures that we have to go against, making sure that people will never have to deal with that. That is what they should be talking about. What are the security measures to make sure that my account never gets stolen? No, but these people are talking about, what are the security measures so people can't cheat? I'm like, what is going on? And then on top of that, as I read through all my notes here, most of these people aren't even talking about the issues in which people complain about the game, like the people that actually play. No one's really bringing up the stamina issue. No one's like, eventually they started bringing up the Molagora issue, and you know, the crafting issue, the leaf issue. These are the issues that people are mostly having. The skill animations, you know, they dodged that question like it was like a bullet. It was like, they wasn't dealing with that at all. The fact that you actually have to watch all these S3 animations forcibly. Options are important. Forcibly, you have to watch these S3 animations, and they keep telling me that, oh no, you can't, you know, we can't really do that. There's no way that we'd be able to do that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking serious? I was laughing my ass off when I heard them try to like dodge that question, like, oh, you know, this game is all about the animations, we don't want you to be able to skip them. To tell your clientele, your clients, your customers, your players or whatever, that you don't want to do something that they specifically want on the basis on that, well, the game looks so pretty, why would you why would you want to skip these? Come on, guys, come on, look how pretty, look at, there it is, Moonlight Ken, look at it, it's so pretty. But there are clear animations in the game. For example, the golem, when it hits you, has that after effect, right? They can make every little hit after like a quick display, like Moonlight Ken's automated. Let me just show it. I'd rather show it. So boom, Moonlight Ken here. They can just show this part, boom, down and hit. They can even just show his face, like his part right here, the face coming down, boom, and then it just automatically kind of goes to this screen. Now the better one, I think, the better example would be like ML Bao. Like he kind of has the same type of animation, and I'm talking about the end of the animation. Not this part, you know, he throws the thing, right, and it hits, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then this trickle, you see the trickle at the end there? They can do that for pretty much any animation. Like it just starts off like that. Cut, 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 cut. And then you just see that. If you're telling me that you can't do that, it's sad. Because if I were to show you, now this is Knights Chronicles, this is the other game that I actually make content on. So just to show you really quickly that they can definitely do this. Again, I showed you in Epic 7, and I'm just going to show you how another game does it. And I'm pretty sure you guys have another game that does it too. This is Yang. Look how long this thing is. Boom, knuckles up, bunch of punches, bunch of little crazy stuff, long animation, but you know, it looks cool, right? It obviously looks cool. Now I'm going to turn on skip visual effect. And this is literally the same thing, but it's quicker. Shows the end part, shows the part where she's actually about to hit them, and then it cuts into the other thing. To tell me that they couldn't do that they can't do the same thing, it would be too awkward. It's just weird. It's a choice. Like to deny the choice to your player base is weird when it's a constant complaint. Like, yes, I want to see this the first time. I definitely want to see this when I first get the character. A couple PvP, you know, encounters and stuff like that. Yes. But after that, no. I don't want to be bothered looking at this animation every single time. Guess they're not that long. I'm aware of that. But it's just, to me, it's to show you how much they are at that point when it comes down to the real problems, because I feel like a lot of people didn't accent the real problems of the game. They kind of was all talking about stuff. The Moonlight summon, there was a person that wanted, when you did 10-10 or something like that, you get a free Moonlight 5 or a Moonlight selector or something like that. Like, come on, man. You know what these games are, and stop pretending like you don't. That's why I don't like the issue of the Moonlight characters and the Mystic summons. I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna talk about it all. Y'all either gonna hate me after this or you're gonna love me. This guy here is a problem. He's actually a problem. He's pretty stupidly made. He's pretty dumbly made, right? Dumbly is probably not even a word. Now, people's complaint was about the Mystic summons, that these Mystic summons allow you to pretty much get these characters. And you know, when ML Ball and ML Araminta were up here, you know, people obviously were using whatever little crumbs that they got from Guild Battle to actually get that. But more or less, people were buying the Mystic packs. Now, as you can see, you can get 3 of these and they reset on the month. So you can spend all this money, 700, 160, 300, 50, and then you could do the multiplication math all up in it. Then you can even get more summons, so you can keep summoning and then get the Moonlight ticket, the gold transmit stone. Save me, okay? Save me, just save me all the crying, because the thing about that is that these characters are pretty good. They are strong, even though it's only like 3 of them that are the problem. Really, let's be honest, it's literally ML Bao, Rule of Light, and Armin are like the worst ones. I wouldn't even put Ara up there because she's decent, but she's easily to get around. It's not even that crazy. But why is this only the talk of the town, but not these? Why is this okay? Why are you guys don't mind people summoning of this nature? Why is because the Moonlight characters are deemed as stronger. Now you have them go into this conference and you have them talk about that they're gonna start making the 4-star and the 5 stars that are not Moonlight stronger. Now these things have always been in the game. Now these characters are gonna come out strong as hell. And the fact is that they're using that as a response, as if they weren't gonna do this anyway, by the way. And you really should pay attention to how they're talking and how they're saying things. They were gonna make those characters strong anyway. They're using that as a response purely because the people are complaining about the Moonlight characters. They also, in that conference, to my knowledge, did not even mention nerfing these characters. They would rather make the other characters stronger. And I actually approve of that method more than anything. I hate when they nerf everything to where you invest in a character. Everyone that did get Moonlight Aura or Moonlight Bow without spending money, now their character gets nerfed. That's why I don't like when people want to like, no, nerf that character, it's annoying, I don't like it. And it's like, well, dude, that's the only Moonlight character I have. And now that character gets nerfed because other people have it and it's too good. That's annoying. That's so annoying. So no, I don't want them to nerf those characters. I want them to start making characters of that level to make really good characters. You could shoot me all you want. I'll dodge those bullets too. But I want the characters, I want every character to be somewhat viable. Obviously, when a bunch of characters are viable, it's not gonna happen. There are always gonna be characters that are deemed weaker, especially depending on the meta. And they also mentioned that they were gonna do constant hero bouncing. I don't want that either. I don't want to invest into Coley and then all of a sudden she turns to crap. I don't want to, you know, and vice versa, and then all of a sudden Carissa is a god and I don't have Carissa because I foddered her because she was actually crap at the time. Like, that's just annoying, and that's going to become annoying, but no one has a problem with that. They're literally throwing these ideas out and just not fixing the issue. What about the Molagora thing? Now, yes, they did mention, oh, we're going to take the 3 stars. We're going to allow you to Molagora up to 3 stars. Now, the only crazy part that anyone's going to use for the characters that have soul changes, sorry, specialty changes, those are the only characters that are really going to get like a lot of love. Like, unless they make these characters better, I'm sorry, Tiara, you got wrecked. Or like even these, the Moonlight Nat 3s, right? These characters, Alexa's going to get a huge boost. Judith is going to be a lot better. Like, a lot of characters are going to be better. But the fact is that they're also giving you free molas for this, but the 4 or 5 stars are also getting a boost too, so they're probably going to still stay irrelevant. But of course that's fine because it makes it look like that they're working on stuff. Like, I'm not new to this game. Like, I know this game. I came from Summoner's War. I know what this is. And Summoner's War did have security issues. Summoner's War does have other issues with their characters, and they make changes like every like 6 months or something like that. It's crazy. But because they know not to come out and do conferences like this. They know that a lot of people are going to ask them questions about their business model and things of that, and they can't really talk about it. Oh, what do you got? They're going to make an ML ceiling. Imagine that. They're going to have a ceiling for the Moonlight summons to where you do a Moonlight summon enough times, you can get a free either Nat 4 or Nat 5. I know some people think it's a Nat 5, but they specifically stated that it's not a Nat 5. It's going to be a Nat 4 or Nat 5. So if you go too long without getting lightning, or if you just keep summoning or whatever, you're eventually going to get a lightning. Or either or, it could be, even if you get Nat 4s, if you don't get a Nat 5, then eventually you get it. It doesn't really matter what they put it at, because I just showed you. Let me bring it back. People are just going to buy this. Y'all don't see the game. Y'all don't see the game. Are you kidding? You don't see the game? People are just gonna buy this like crazy. They're gonna summon way more than you. They're gonna hit that 40 like nothing. And people are complaining about 40. Not even thinking about the fact that if you lower it any lower than that, people are gonna have so many Moonlight 4 and 5. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous. They're gonna be memory imprinting the Moonlight characters with the actual Moonlight characters. When before you would actually imprint the Moonlight character with like the non-Moonlight version of it. It's gonna be nuts, and people aren't even considering that because they're so wrapped up with the fact that they don't have one. They just want one. They want one, baby. Can I just get one? Can I get a crumb of pussy? Like people are, oh my god, yo, I was so frustrated watching this conference. Not enough about the actual issues, the stamina issue, how much it costs to stamina, the fact that you can't craft individual set gear. I still cannot go here, hit this right here, and be like, yo, I really need some speed gear, bro. Alright, game, I see you. But it still doesn't have a speed stat. But this is what we're actually talking about, is the fact that they were making, oh, you'll get a legendary weapon or something like that. You're guaranteed to get a legendary, guaranteed to get an epic or something like that. But what most people would rather is that it's red like this is fine, but I can change the substats because this doesn't have speed on it. And maybe I don't want effective resistance because I'm building an attacker. But if I wanted to make it for a defensive character, then bang, maybe I'll take the crit chance out of it and put defense. That is so much better. And there's so many ways that you can give people a way to play, and all you have to do is just give them the option. Just give them more options. But, you know, I digress. I know I'm talking for too long. I'm looking at my record time. I don't want to make this a 30-minute video. It's very frustrating watching that conference, man. They really should do one with the global server. If they had issue with the Korean server, they should do one for the global server as well, because that makes it only fair. Because the effects of the Korean server got us stuff. The effects of that got us stuff. So we should be able to complain, and then we'll get another free. We'll get another free 2 5-stars and another free 2 artifacts. But that's all I'm saying, man. I hope you guys really understand. Like, I'm not trying to belittle their issues, though. I think a lot of their issues are so weird. I guess they're very prideful about, like, you know, how they were talking about the 15%. I'm like, what? I gotta hear the question that was asked, that they responded back that, well, you guys only make 15% of our revenue, so shut the fuck up. But I don't really know what happened there. But if it was a real legitimate question and he answered with facts, then I really hope that wasn't the case, because that's a lot of whining and complaining for 15%. But they felt disrespected, and I get that. You know, you should not be able to speak on being disrespected in any way, shape, or form like that. So with that being said, hey, I appreciate that they did a conference like that. I hate that they dodged most of the questions. I hate that they injected stuff into the game or injected stuff into, like, discussion. And let's be honest, they didn't change much. A lot of the stuff is still going to be there. And I feel like not that many of the people there, the people that were supposedly come there to actually talk about the issues in the game, that are issues in the game, and they really took it a little bit too personal and didn't think about making the game better. They wanted them to shut down the Korean server. Shut down the Korean server because people are cheating, not because people's accounts are getting hacked. That's what I would have shut it down for. If people's accounts were getting hacked left and right, I would have shut down the server. Then that makes sense to me, because then people can't get their accounts compromised because they're not online or whatever. That makes sense to me. But no one's shutting down no server just because some dude is attacking and hitting for 1 million. That's nothing. That's not even affecting that's not affecting you on your day-to-day of this game. You know it's not. Don't play like it is, please. Anyway, let's hit the summons. Let's do the artifacts first to piss people off. And this is another reason why someone asked me to, oh wow. Someone asked me to do a video specifically on this, and I was like, I know it's gonna be this. They didn't even give me the fancy pantsy. So we got Lulika's artifact. They even give us 10 leaves. Like, what? So what am I gonna do with that? What am I gonna do with 10 leaves? There's a reason why I don't use my leaves, because I get bored. I've said this multiple times. I get bored as hell. All right, let's check out the next one. Ah, is that my second one? I don't think so. I actually hate this artifact. I think it's one of the worst artifacts in the game. Like, not even a thief version. Like, the fact that, like, what it does, I think is terrible. All right, so this is the Kuta Grande. You know, I had to leave this for the last, but here we go. Oh, they actually do a little summon for you. So I got a Dupe Tamarin. That kind of sucks. And a lot of people, I saw people complain about this too. It was like, well, you know, it's not, these are not really that good of a, you know, compensation because I got dupes. But if you got a new character, it's good compensation. That's crazy. All right, I see you. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I had the volume too low. I apologize. I actually like Basar. He's actually one of my. I feel like I say this about so many other characters. He's one of my favorite characters. I do like him because I think he has an answer to the meta, to a lot of the stuff in the meta, but no one ever gives him credits. Can I actually check his? Oh, you can. Oh, okay, not really. But yeah, he has the debuff transfer, decrease attack, hit chance, and then he has the buff block plus the spell buffs on his S3. The cool thing about him though is that he's actually fast. He's pretty fast. That's why I like him. But so we didn't get double dupes. We got all new artifacts, 1 new nat 5 out of it. So pretty good for us. So I guess I feel compensated. I'm compensated, guys. But again, I hope that you guys sound off in the comment section. What do you feel about the state of the game, about how this is going? What do you think about the issues of the Korean server? But remember, every day in the Kashino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.